Yes, indeed. You know, old people, I've been at it all day. That sun don't like old people. But I'm right here. How you doing?
How you doing, JunBug?
I'm JunBug here. And what's your name again? I'll get that.
I'm Julius Hoke.
Let's say it one more time.
Julius Hoke. Like Dr. J. You know
Dr.
J.
Yeah, I know Dr. J. Dr. J. So tell the people what you're running for.
I'm running for city council at large.
City council at large.
Yes, sir. One of two seats.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna take on. We're gonna jump right into it. Right, now, what are you planning on doing? I prefer you looking at that camera.
Okay.
Pick one camera. What camera? Okay, well, tell me what you gonna do that our city councilman at large people ain't done. What you gonna bring to the table that they ain't done bring to the table? What you gonna change? How can we do this thing?
Well, city council, a lot of people, it's not a volunteer position. It's a job. And you got to work for the city, and you work for the people. The people are paying you.
Mm-hmm.
You actually get paid to be a city councilman. I don't know if everybody knows that. I know there ain't a lot of talk about that, but you do get a salary. You are actually eligible for to get on the city insurance plan too. So there are some benefits in it pay wise, but that's not really why I'm doing it. I mean, I think most of the people will tell you the pay is real minimal, but it is a job, and you work for the people, and it's time that the city council starts working for the people, listening to what the people want, and the city council needs to be fair. For too long, too many parts of Statesville have seen a lot of attention, and other parts have not seen any attention, and it's just my belief that we need to spread the love amongst the whole city.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I agree with that. So, if you is elected and councilman city at large, what are some of the things? What is your plan, your team, and your plans? What are you planning on doing? What are you gonna change? What's going? You tell me. I don't want to leave.
I'm a common sense kind of guy, JunBug. I believe you got to start at the bottom and work your way up. We have infrastructure issues. Right now we have safety issues. I mean, crime is outrageous. My business right here we're standing in front of has been broken into 3 times in 4 years. There's crime all over Statesville, not just the south side. We're all experiencing it.
Yes, we are.
And maybe downtown's not experiencing it. Maybe that's why some of those folks down there seem a little blinded by the realities of our town. I love downtown Statesville. I was there 3 times a day. I shop in downtown Statesville. I do a lot with all the businesses. I spread my business. I spread my money amongst a lot of downtown businesses, and I spread my money on other businesses also. I love downtown, but at some point you have to be realistic and say, hey, there's other parts of downtown that need some love. And one of the big areas with me is like I said, is safety. We need to start, first of all, our police officers and our fire department need to be brought up to equal pay to the rest of the areas around us. I think that's just a given. You got guys running into houses that are on fire, and I know South Statesville's experienced a lot of arson over there lately. And those guys are going over there and they're putting them fires out. They're doing their job. They need to get equal pay. And I'm not saying we got to give them a ton of money, give them more than any other community, but there's no reason why our firemen shouldn't make as much as firemen in Mooresville or Salisbury or surrounding areas. And same thing with the police officers. We just hired 12 new police officers. We paid for college for these guys. They got 2-year deals. What are they going to do in 2 years? They're going to get their experience. They're going to go down to Mooresville and get a job making $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 more a year. And not have to deal with the crime down there. They have an easier job and they're going to make more money. So, what are they going to do? We need to pay them first and foremost and keep them here. We need senior officers. We got some great senior officers in the state.
I know some fine police officers. I do. And I happen to have a couple of them in my family as well. But do you? Yes. But do you? Is hiring more police officers is the problem?
No, I don't.
I
don't think we need to
because
have a police state or anything like that.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of candidates, and I'm not saying you, and I don't say this to other candidates. I've been hearing them saying, we need the crime. The crime is rapid and it's horrible. But I think hiring more police officers is not gonna solve that problem.
No, we need
we need other things. Now, what some of the other things that Cause I can lead you. I don't want to lead you. I want
you can lead me all you want.
No, I don't want to lead you. I want, cause I'm not running.
No, I
you know,
understand.
cause I live on South Side.
Yeah, and
I live on South. I see what go on.
You know, I believe that a presence is always needed. It
Right.
always helps.
Right.
We've had some issues with shoplifting around here, and the Statesville Police Department has been gracious enough to start parking out here and being more seen, and it has helped. It is.
Yeah.
People realize that they they're not going to get away with something. They might think twice.
Right.
As far as the South Side, you know, there's a lot of issues with crime over there. I don't think we need to go in and guns blazing, but I would like to see maybe some kind of team that maybe concentrates more on that area. Maybe a go-between other than the chief. Maybe a captain that could say, hey, this captain we're going to let him concentrate on the areas of Southside, and let the people get to know him and be able to come to him and have some transparency and some trust.
Right.
Not just sending the new officer, whoever answers the phone, they send him over there. People don't, it takes a while to get people to get to know him. You got a lot of new people on the force. People sometimes tend to shy away. I think I heard another candidate mention our previous police chief and state that he had a good presence over there and he was well trusted. If it's not the chief, then maybe, like I said, a lower ranking officer, but go in there and just establish a relationship and trust, so people aren't afraid to say, hey, there's a liquor house over here, we need it shut down.
Okay.
They're doing this over here, they're doing wrong over here, we need to shut it down.
Okay. Yeah, and it's coming from him. Yeah. And my cell phone about to go there, but we gonna continue live on ICTV because they filmed out here as well. But I want to get an up close and personal look. But I got a couple more questions, and y'all gonna be able to find them questions on ICT. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut off my phone right now. We're gonna talk to this camera. Okay. Yeah, like what you were saying, I want to reiterate the crime that's over there, and but there's no. I want to ask about opportunity over there. We got a running railways, and less than a mile from the most impoverished and dangerous area in Statesville, you got $1 million homes on a golf course. And then they spending art. They're spending money on art.
Don't get me started on that.
Our current members. And I'm not bashing nobody because we all need each other. We need each other like Houston need us.
You're right.
Our little community states will need us.
We do. We all need to come together.
Yeah, we do. But it seemed like, and this is what I'm hearing. This is my show, JunBug, Real News with JunBug Gilbert. That's my phone trying to act up. But this is what I'm hearing from the people. They feeling left out. They feeling disenfranchised, and they want some people that are going to represent them. Not just one sector of Statesville, but all of Statesville. Family Dollar has really did a fine job. So I want you to speak to those people in the most impoverished communities in Statesville. Speak to them people, because it's not just Uptown. It's not just Crossroads. These people want to hear from you. Cause you representing them too.
I'm representing all the states all of us as an at-large candidate.
Yeah, so we.
But I think every other ward guy is really too, because we're all voting for the same issue.
Yeah, we want change and we want prosperity.
And anybody can say change, and we're all together. It's there's a little bit of hypocrisy there. You can say, hey, we're all one, Statesville, and all this, but for the last 20 years, I mean, probably even longer, there's been no change in South Statesville.
None.
I mean, none. It's the
and
same.
I'm way older than you.
Yes, sir.
You see my hip go up. I'm way older than he is. My hip went up.
The hip go up.
Oh yeah, Come on now. You make the hip go up. You say something that means something. Yeah, that means something.
And what we need is we need people to embrace that and say, hey, we made a mistake. And some of our current council members, they're afraid to say that. Hey, they'll say, oh, we're all coming together or whatever. They made a mistake. That they've neglected that area too long. And everything that's going on downtown is fine, it's beautiful, but you cannot, I don't see how you can sleep at night knowing that you spent money on flower pots and pretty stuff when there's people over there in the South Statesville suffering. It boggles me, and I'll do everything possible to change that.
But First of all, let me thank you again for meeting with me.
Oh, no problem.
I was going to ask you one more. Do we got time for one more question?
I love your interviews.
Do you? I
I
appreciate
watch you all the time.
Well, thank you so much.
Girls are watching right now. You give them a shout out.
Yes. What's their name is? What's their name?
Lydia, Aubrey, and Kira.
I mean, you got 3?
3 girls.
Well, Miss Lydia, Miss Aubrey, and Miss
Kira.
Miss Kira, you know what? I thank you so much for watching, and you got a fine father, because he's dedicating himself, he's giving himself, and I want to thank you and his wife and his rest of his family, because he's dedicating himself for the whole community. And I want to ask him one more question.
That's what it's all about, JunBug.
Yeah.
It's all about our children.
Yes,
we need our children and our future. We need those kids to come back to Statesville.
You know what?
I need my girls to say, hey, I'm going to go to college, but I'm going to come back to Statesville.
You know, and I did that too.
And I'm going to start a business. I'm going to do something.
I did that too.
Yeah.
I did. I came back too.
I did too. I was in California for 5 years, and I came back to Statesville. Unfortunately, there was a few things when I came back that I didn't like. I was like, wait a minute, it seems like we're moving backwards.
Right.
And I bit my tongue for a lot of years about it.
It's no more. We won't. Now, the young people say we won't.
Well,
what your kid's name is again?
Aubrey, Kira.
We won't. We won't now. Your daddy woke. And the city woke, and we woke. I got one more question though. I wanna.
One more?
Yeah. Well, I got some more, but I don't want to. I want to, because these are hard questions.
Right, okay.
It's real news. People. I want to ask you a question then, and this ain't political motivated. This is coming from me, because I see this. The more I've gotten into this, because I was thrust into this. Right. My belief has been, and from what I've seen, poverty makes money. Can you? Are you able to answer that question? Are you willing to answer that question?
I'm a little confused by it.
What I mean by it is, there's no jobs in Statesville.
You're exactly right.
There's no, if you really think about it, if you really look at statistically, because I've done my research, my hip done went up. I did my own research, I did my own research, my hip going up, because a lot of people work outside of state, so they go up to other counties.
You're exactly right.
To go to work.
You're right.
To go to work.
They do.
It's a running railroad. You got empty factories here. But they building
square footage, hundreds of thousands of square footage, empty in Statesville.
And they building a $26 million jail.
Well,
now this is real news. You said bring it on.
Yes, sir.
So I asked you a question. I mean, you don't have to answer. You can say I'd rather not.
Well, no. I'll answer your question about the jail. Jail.
Well, not the jail. I didn't.
Jail. About poverty.
Yeah, poverty. Poverty makes money.
Poverty makes crime. Crime makes bigger jails. Jails make lots of money for a lot of people.
So and
that's not just in Statesville. That's
I'm glad you said that. You make my hip go up. I don't want to smile, because this is a serious thing, but the way he broke it down, I'll give you.
It's common sense.
Yeah,
that's what we got to look at.
But see, I look at it directly. I don't put the breakdown, and I said poverty. I look at it, poverty makes money, and I'm looking at it like that $26 million could have been spent somewhere else. Well, the resources.
Well, you look at the Iredell County school system.
And they cut 18 teachers.
Yes.
I
we're getting a new jail.
But we're getting a new jail, and then you know what? It's sad. Look at the roads.
Well, I grew up in Mooresville. When I lived in Mooresville until I was 15, I've lived in Statesville ever since. Mooresville had a population of 6,000 people. Not many years after I left Mooresville, the Mooresville Greatest School District broke away from the Iredell County School District.
Why is that? Can you tell them why?
Well, because they found it not to their approval. They didn't like what was going on with it. They broke loose. Now, 20 years later, 30 years later, you got a population of 35,000 in Mooresville, one of the best economies in the country, one of the best school systems in the country. Our children are important.
Opportunity.
We can't, as a city council member, I can't do anything about the schools. I mean, I can go out there and I can voice my opinion, talk to people, and do what an average citizen can. I don't have a vote as far as what goes on with the school system, but there's other areas that I think are important for our children, and the Parks and Recs department is one of those. I've got 3 little girls that if I take them to the park, they're bored in 15 minutes. Statesville is lacking in, when has any of our parks been updated? I mean,
I believe so.
You know, as bad as the South Side is.
Yeah, I believe so. They renamed the park Martin Luther King.
Yes, sir. They renamed it, but what did they do? Else did they do?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some research.
They didn't plant a blade of grass in that park.
But what happened?
It's the same old rusty swing that's been there for 30 years. You know, we need some new equipment. We need some modern equipment.
Okay.
We need a skate park for teenagers. You know, I got a 12-year-old. How long is she gonna get on the swing? You know what I mean? She wants to slide down a little plastic slide. She wants to climb some monkey bars. She wants to jump on a trampoline. You heard parkour? You ever watch American Ninja Warrior?
Oh yeah, I watched it. You know, back in my day.
Parkour parks popping up all over America. Why? You know, do we have to wait for Mooresville to have one? You know, before we decide? Let's be the innovators. Let's say, hey, this is a new trend. Well,
let me ask you
something that's going to get kids off their iPhones, going to get them out there, exercising, having fun, and staying out of trouble.
Well, let me ask you one more question then. Since you
hit me with it.
Okay. So, is it fair to say our current members have failed?
In certain areas, you know, it's.
Because I feel like
I'm not here to bash anybody.
Me either. This is real news now. This is real news with JunBug. We got to keep it real.
I'll keep it real. I'll use this scenario, this example. This is my business. This is my property here. If it got proposed that, hey, we're going to put brand new sidewalks in front of this property right here, all up and down the road. We're going to spend millions of dollars on this road right here to fix it up. As a council member, what do I have to say? You know, it's my property. It'd be hard to say no to that, wouldn't it? I mean, you'd have trouble saying that if somebody said, hey, we're going to spend this money. If you own property in a certain area, maybe you should excuse yourself from that discussion and say, it's going to be hard for me to have a fair voice on this. Maybe I should step back from it. And I would do that. I mean, if it ever came, I don't think 115's in any danger of getting any flower pots or anything, but you know,
don't think so?
But it's common sense, and I think people have seen that, and they see, you know, some of the current council members have an interest in that area that's seeing all the attention.
Right.
You know,
and they're displeased too.
Right.
And they showing their frustration.
Right. And it's obviously why. I mean, you got $135,000 a year they're planting flowers in 2 blocks of downtown, and it's not. And you can't blame it on all downtown, because look at Front Street. West Front Street, they ain't got nothing going on over there. They ain't got no fancy flower pots or anything. You know, you got 10 flower pots in one area. Why not put 2 or 3 of them down on Front Street? You know, I mean, it seems logical to me. It seems like common sense.
I do apologize for my phone ringing, and you know they all got they want to call me and everything.
They all want to talk to me, right?
No, they want to talk to me. I'm sorry. Well, you almost. Wait. You almost on TV. I was. But hey, how you doing, everybody? How you doing, everybody? How you doing?
I know you're a Family Dollar man, but.
Oh yeah, I love.
Well, Fred's has got some good deals too.
Oh, Fred got some good deals. Oh, okay. So, I might. You know, I might need to write that down to be on my spokesperson, be a commercial for Fred's.
Well,
you know. I don't know. That
Family Dollar needs you more over there.
Fred's could use me too.
More good businesses over on the south side.
Yeah, we do.
And not just that, we need to support them businesses over
Absolutely.
there.
But Family Dollar has really taken a step. We're gonna wrap it up too. Yeah. Family Dollar has really taken a step above any other retail store I've seen here in the last year or 2-3 years, because they have went in. Now they accept WIC. Yeah, they is trying to redo their inventory to get meats in there, because folk can't even make it to the food line in the Walmarts and things like that.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you're on Facebook much, but you gotta look at my page. I made a suggestion that got some attention recently about community gardens. And I know you've talked a lot about groceries on the south side.
Oh yes, because I walk all the time.
And community gardens is something that you know. I know a lot of our people you know say, oh, stuff on the internet, it's you know, numbers are bad or whatever. There's a lot of good that can come from that. You know, you have the world at your disposal.
Right. You know,
look it up. Look at see what other places are doing. Come up with some new fresh ideas. A community garden in the south side, a farmers market. We have 3 farmers markets in Statesville. They're all downtown. Why can't we put one of them over there on the south side? you know, our Rotary clubs or whoever's doing those, you step up and go over there to the south side.
Okay.
But better yet, the people of the south side step up. The churches over there get together.
Absolutely.
And get us a community garden going to grow us some fresh vegetables. And then
but I remember the weed and seed program back
talk to Family Dollar. Say, hey, Family Dollar, we want to use your parking lot to sell on Fridays. We're going to sell some fresh produce out here. And you know,
and we can do it right here in Fred too. We can do it in Fred too, but we're gonna wrap.
We sell a ton of produce right out there.
Yeah, I don't want to cut you short. I mean,
right.
I want you to talk into that camera and you tell the people. You talk to the people, because these the one that's gonna elect you. And like I'm gonna reiterate, I ain't campaigning for nobody. I just came out here with Mr. Sean. No, Mr. What's your name?
Oh, Mr. Hoke. I'm sorry.
Mr. Hoke.
Yeah.
See, you know I'm old.
Julius.
You know,
Just call me
Julius.
You can call me Dr. J.
Dr. J. Dr. J. My hip done went up. I know Dr. can't play basketball.
No, man.
He can't play basketball. But I want you to look into that camera, and I want you to talk to the people and tell them why that you want to serve them. And this is all you right here. This all you. This your chance. This your chance.
Statesville, my name is Julius Hoke. I know a lot of you know me. Some of you might not. I've been around for years. I try to spread the love to all the Statesville. I care about Statesville, even downtown, even though I talk a little junk about it. I love downtown, and I like some of the things that are going on down there, but it's time to spread the love to the rest of the town. And we need to do more for our children. We need to step it up. Our children have been neglected for lots of years, and of course the south side.
Absolutely.
And the people that work for us the hardest, the police officers and the fire department, I believe, need to be on the proper pay scale. And that's not just saying that to get votes. I truly believe that.
Absolutely.
And it should be common sense, and that's what I'm running on, common sense, hard work.
And opportunity. You got opportunity. You got to.
I'm a one-man show. I got no committee.
Right.
I got no people funding my campaign.
And I ain't getting paid either.
Nobody's giving me no check.
Ain't nobody giving me no check either. I don't know if you did hip go up.
We're all here because we love this town.
That's right. I was born and raised here in
and we want better for our children.
I do.
Yes, sir. I
do.
We want better for our children, and that's what it's about, you know. And I'm willing to put in the hard work, and it's not about me. It's not my agenda. If I get on that council, and there's something that I think, hey, I like that idea, but I go out into the community, and the community says, no, we don't like that. We don't want our tax dollars spent that way. You got to go with the masses. You got to do what the community says.
My phone is blowing all the way up. Yeah, this going. But listen,
you get your charger.
Yeah, no, but listen, but listen, I want to thank you so much, Mr. Hope, for taking the time out.
Thank you, thanks Sean for doing this.
For talking to me. You know what I mean? You know, when I first see everybody, I know everybody thought I was, oh, he a joker, he don't know what he doing, or what's he up to, or something ain't right.
I have to admit, when I saw you in that first meeting,
that first,
I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, that's right. Who is he? You know, I'm known all across the country. You know, but I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking this time out to talk to the people. You know, because they want to hear. They want to see who's running. They want to hear what your plans are. So I want to thank you, and ICTV thank you, and My 5 Entertainment thank you, and my great grandma thank you, but she dead. You know, but
I know your cousin Ladybug, by the way, lives over on Brevard. Ladybug. And your other cousin Stinkbug, I know you and him don't get along too.
Oh yeah, Ladybug. Oh yeah, but you almost got me right there. I was gonna say, you know, my family ain't, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you know they distant cause I don't too much. They're a little rough. But
I've heard the story.
Yeah, but this has been real news with JunBug. I always keep it real. I'm gonna ask tough questions, and I'm gonna continue to ask tough questions. And I thank Mr. Hope right here for his time and his answers and his dedication to want to serve the community. That's what we need, more people like us.
That's right.
That want to make a difference.
We can all make a difference.
Shout out to ICTV. We can't do it without you. Shout out to my homie. See my hip go up, my homie. He keep on looking out for me. I'll get that hip right there. You got to be my age for your hip to go up. But we out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you. Good night.
Thanks, guys.